if we ask our generation what our grandmother did and how she lived, if we start using that as a guideline, many of the plastic problems that we have will vanish because we don't really need it. You know, it's just apathy and ignorance that's allowing us to.
You always speak about children, and in fact, you make it a point to say, you said it in a function today, that your constituency is children up to 12 years. Now, they must have often asked you, like, can we take up wildlife as a profession? Like, what are the openings that are available and what can they do? I mean, everybody cannot become a warden, but still they have a lot of love in their heart.
I'll tell you this, that right now, Sanctuary, what we do is we have actually workshops for pre-primary children on issues like climate change.
That is by your Asia Sanctuary, your magazine.
Sanctuary Asia magazine, yeah. We have right down to pre-primary, we have climate change workshops for children of 5, 6, 7, they understand.
Yes.
And when the children ask me a question that, Uncle Bittu, when we grow up, what can we do? What I say to them is that, look, whatever it is that your mind is telling you to do, you should do. If you're an artist, use your art. If you're a poet, use your poetry. If you're a scientist, use your science. If you're a bureaucrat, use your administrative skills.
Yes.
If you are a businessman, it is not your money that we need. As a businessman, what we need is your influence. And we can turn all this to the advantage provided our ambition is right. अगर नियत ही खराब हो, तो कुछ भी आप कर दो, तो सब कुछ उलट पुलट हो जाएगा. लेकिन कुदरत चाहती है, nature is actually conspiring to correct everything.
Yes.
It is not a depressing situation. This is one very important thing we need to convey to our children, that the environmental problem before us is not something that can't be solved. It can be solved,
yeah.
It will be solved. Even when we deforest a slope, the butterflies have started replanting it. You cut your hand, it gets repaired again. So nature, mangroves will come back, coasts will come back, but not if we keep on destroying it. I had said earlier that you go to the ICU, the intensive care unit,
yes.
when you are in trouble. Well, Goa is an ICU. It should be an intensive conservation unit. Give it a little rest, take sustenance from it, but don't anymore damage its body by polluting its aquifers, by cutting its forests, by damaging its coasts, by ruining its mangroves. This is not development. This would be labeled as destruction. And we should not be fighting about this. We should be working to see, okay, if this is not development and destruction, yes. Then what is? How do we employ people? How do we give them food security? How do we give them dignity? How do we fight climate change? This, the whole of Goa should get together. I have great hopes for Goa. You have such intellectual capital here, and you have such good people here, and you have such phenomenal education here. If we can't make a success of this in Goa, I fear for India, because I look at you as a lighthouse that India should follow tomorrow.
You have a positive attitude. Now, with Sanctuary Asia, you have raised number of issues concerning environment. What you would say? What has been the impact of written word? Has it made a difference?
Look, it's like this.
And like, which are the vital issues you felt, yes, we could achieve something, or we are in a...
I'll tell you what. When we started Sanctuary in 1981, I used to get hate mail. Okay. You are coming in the way of development. You are a danger to this country. People are starving. There are children who don't have jobs. Vikas ka dushman. Now, I would say that that used to be the dominant belief. Today, the dominant belief is that what we are saying is right, and a few minority is saying ki you are coming in the way. Now, this GDP question, if you look at what the CII and all these people have been saying, what are we protecting? 4% of India. That is all our protected area is. 96% of India, if we cannot get sustenance from it, how long will the 4% continue to sustain us? Like an ice cube in boiling water, this biodiversity is shrinking. This is our natural capital. This is the basis of our water supply. This is the basis of our economic stability. So I would say that we are faced with a very strange situation right now, where we could take a fork, we could either do business as usual and die, or we could do what Darwin had suggested, adapt to climate change, adapt to the new circumstances, get creative and create so many new jobs. Look at social media, look at the computers, it's giving us a chance to be able to, the most exciting time in human history lies ahead of us. Let us not damage our own possibility of having our cake and eating it too, because nature is designed for us to have a cake and eat it too, but not if you take the cake and throw it down and trash it.
Yes.
You can't trash it. You can have just that much and nature won't allow you to take more.
So, Sehgal, Darwin used to also speak about survival of the fittest, and sometimes I wonder, are we fit or not fit for protecting environment, conserving environment? I mean, if we have to move in that direction, what are the points that could be done? What can we do? How can we make a difference? What would be an India of your dreams and how to achieve it? What can be done? Especially the youth, the children, what could they do? They are your constituency.
I'll tell you, my constituency, whose average age is 12 and 13, what I tell them, first of all, I address them with a great degree of responsibility. I have no right to...
Yes, and Goa would be raptly listening to you. Goa would like to know what they can do.
I have no right to depress young children. That would be stealing their childhood.
Yes.
They need to discover the wonder of Goa. You have people like Nirmal Kulkarni, you have people like Rajendra Bhai, you have people like Talula, you have people like Claude and Norma Alvarez. You got people over here who celebrate nature. Children should be able to celebrate nature, whether it is by way of sea or coast or anything. That is the first way to create love. After that comes understanding. After that comes concern, after that comes action. So, I do believe that we will be facing a situation in which our children probably will teach us how to behave in future, because today my 12-year-olds, remember I started in 1981.
We'll have to do a unlearning unlimited for that.
No, they are already in positions. I am telling you this.
No,
that
they are in, we will have to, we the adults.
We will have to. We will have to. I keep pointing to the color of my hair and I say I am Buddha party, and there are only two political parties in the world. There is Buddha party and Bacha party.
Yes.
And the Buddha party right now is colonizing the Bacha party. Please understand what the children are telling me. Accept that people like me are in touch with these children. What they are telling us is that do what you do, but don't do it in my name. If you want to destroy this forest and say, beta aapke liye ye kiya 6-lane highway, बेटा मैंने ये कोस्ट को खराब कर दिया आप ही के लिए किया नहीं, they'll say no, we do it because we know that you want to just have some fun, big boys with big toys. If you want to really make us happy, I'm speaking as a 12-year-old, you want to really make us happy, give me water that does not poison me, give me air that does not corrode my lungs, give me a society in which my sister is safe to walk on the streets. This is real development.
True. I think you once defined progress, the measure of progress as how much quality our air can have, fresh air can have, that kind of a thing. Can we conclude with that? What is your measurement of progress?
See, my measurement of progress is less important than the simple reality that in an age of climate change, nature is giving us like a lighthouse the correct way. Don't destroy the forest, don't destroy the wetland, don't destroy the coast. Keep in mind that the glaciers are melting, don't send carbon up into the atmosphere. We have everything. Development today I would define as being the strategy by which my children will have a better quality of life than I will. This is not possible to do if we give them poisoned water, if we give them poisoned air, we give them sterile soils, we give them cyclonic winds at 250 kilometers an hour, we give them, by now parts of the world they are fracking the ground and they are making sure that they take gas out by permanently destroying water sources for the next 200,000 years. This is not development. But I don't want to end on a negative note. I want to tell you that no matter what happens, nature is conspiring to give us back its planet. Blue skies, clean water, white clouds, safety. That's what nature wants. Now the question is, what do we want? We are at the end of the day intelligent monkeys. But that intelligent, in quotes, is what is at stake. If we are intelligent, then we will adapt to nature. If we are not intelligent, we will try to make nature adapt to us.
Yes.
And that, I think, is a losing game. We have lost that game before we started it.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Sehgal. I am sure we will trust you, not only that we will act on your advice, and we will win. You will win and
Thank
we
you,
will win.
Satish.
Nature
Thank
will
you,
win.
thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. I'm so happy to be in Goa. I would actually like to come and live here, but I would actually like that people from Goa should come to Mumbai and influence us more, you know. So
We expect Mr. Sehgal to come back to Goa on and often, and we hope it happens every time. Our kids really need you, we all need you, and until that happens, keep watching Gazali.